The time is April the 6th. It's about 9:45 a.m. It's Wednesday, and we're in the Rouses Point Elementary School in Rouses Point, where there's going to be a play shortly on that stage right up there. My name is Bob Venne. I've been asked by Joyce Lavoie and Peg Barcomb to video some of this for showing on our local TV. And we're going to look at some artifacts on the table before the play starts. We're here for the Rouses Point 1988 Rouses Point Elementary Imagination Celebration Program, and Peg Barcomb will now lead me through some of the things we see on the table. Peg, good morning.
Good morning. Well, we just brought a sampling to help the kids with their project today. This is all artifacts from Fort Montgomery. This was done like this by Raymond Sayan, that used to live here. This is a piece of the chain that held the drawbridge to Fort Montgomery. That's the souvenir plate. It says on it, Souvenir of Rouses Point. This is the way they used to do up souvenirs. This is some of the old merchants' bottles. The names are on each one. There's milk bottles and whiskey bottles, etc. This is a World War I helmet that was used by a Bullock boy that died in World War I from Rouses Point. This is one of my treasures. This came out of the lake, and it's real shiny because it was worn by the lake like that, by the water. And the top is called a scissor top. When the glass was hot, they took scissors and cut the top off. That's not broken. That's the way it's made. This is the Harbinger Newspaper, 1824, and this was when one of the very first newspaper in Rouses Point.
What?
And it's not the best of copies, but it's the only one in existence that we know of.
What date did you say this was?
1824. It's at the top. You probably can't bring it in.
I probably can't quite get it in, is right.
And this was one of the children's toys. This is the way they used to. This was the chap guns, but it's all made of wood. This is wood. Even the lever is wood. And then they put them in these little things and marked Rouses Point on them. These were souvenirs for the children. This is a pair of leather shoes a little boy wore in 1904. They're real leather. They have real leather soles with the little nails in the heels. This is a water pitcher that comes from used to be used in the Holland Hotel. That was what you had by your bedside table for your drinking water. That was put in there, and that's what you had to drink from. This is a replica of an old coaster. The boat that went through here in 1821, it was a steamboat, and it had to go by here because it would go as far as St. John's and come back.
And that was called the Congress?
Yes, that was the name of it. Richard Sherman was the captain. He was called the master in them times.
So we're getting a lot of reflect.
All right, we've got some more old newspapers and excursions, posters, and this sort of thing. These are pins from a barn. This is the way the barns were put together, without nails. They used these wooden pins. This come from the Cobb Farm barn. This is wooden nails, or square nails, that were used all different sizes. When they built houses, the nails were all square because they were handmade. So this was the nails. This is an article, a copy. It's signed by Abraham Lincoln, and it tells the Secretary of War to hold possessions of arms, etc., recently seized by his order at Rouses Point, bound for Canada. But signed by Abraham Lincoln, so I thought this was
very nice.
1862. This is a Montgomery Hose Rouses Point. This was they used to wear these during the parade. Each of the firemen had these on. And if there was a fireman dead, they used this side. They turned it over and put it on their coat with the black. And there's pictures of the fort, and there's posters with all the dates of the important things that happened in the village. And these are the brass plates that were used at the North Countryman. They were fastened on a block, and then they were inked, and this is how they made their prints. And these are just souvenirs you used to buy in the stores. You'd hang pot holders or keys or whatever on them, and they came in all shapes. This is a stocking stretcher. Put the wool stockings on these to dry them, and that was the way they used them then, so they didn't shrink. This is a copy of the Jacques Rouse Commission when he was made a captain, and it's signed by Governor George Clinton, who was the first governor of New York State. The original of this belongs to the village of Rouses Point, and it's down in the vault. This is a copy that Raymond Saint made for the library.
Okay.
Now these are just simply more things, newspapers, etc. that was in calendars.
Fasten on skates, I see.
Yes, this is a pair of old-fashioned skates. And then this one is has Jacques Rouse's name on. It's a census. And this was the banner that was put out in the village quite some time ago. It didn't live very long, but it was one of our newspapers.
Okay, now we have three ladies here. Can you...
Now this is Donna Boyle, the historian of the village of Rouses Point, and Addie Shields, our Clinton County historian, and Joyce Lavoy of the History Project of Rouses Point.
Right. They have anything to tell us this morning?
Our county is 200 years old, and the children are going to put their exhibits on who are having this meeting this morning. The children have been working for some time on historic projects, understanding their Rouses Point. It's just amazing how they've gotten themselves all the way in depth. In fact, we saw Lincoln shop this morning.
Oh.
They've laid it out so beautifully, and the costumes, the frivolity, they're just having a happy time over our celebration. We're 200 years old. Town of Champlain in the county of Clinton.
Thank you. Don, anything?
I agree with Addie Shields. She explained it very well. I'm very glad to be here.
Thank you. And Joyce?
No, I'm just glad to see the good turnout here today.
Very good.
Very encouraging.
Thank you. We're approaching very quickly here. Look at this table. The time for the play, which is in about 5 minutes. So we'll break now and watch the play put on by the elementary school here in Rouses Point on Wednesday, April the 6th, 1988. Now of the first floor of the school, and we're looking at a large wall, and this is a quilt made by the children here at school, and we're going to look at each picture which symbolizes something in the village of Rouses Point, and we'll be looking at them one at a time to see what is the upper left-hand corner. And we see the railroads and the Rouses Point Bridge, or the Korean Veterans Bridge, and Champy in the water. And we proceed over and see Fort Montgomery. As they say, started in 1812, but not finished until the 1860s. Fort Montgomery. More railroad, cars and trucks, I should say. Now we see sports at Rouses Point: fishing, baseball, hockey, baseball. U.S. Customs. Sailboating on Lake Champlain in the Rouses Point area. Famous landmark, the anchorage. 1897.
Well, it's not quite
Cedar Hedge Nursing Home. The Nathan Webb Store. The Catholic Church, 1925. And now Rouses Point High School, where we're now in, it's now the elementary school, 1927. Playgrounds. The old school in Rouses Point. Now the main building of the Arist Laboratories. Myers Building on Lake Street. Beautiful colors in these. Another picture of the fort. Boats. It says Justin Tremblay on this. Fire Department of Rouses Point. Jason Rushford. Some more of our railroad history. Well, we have Partners Video down on Lake Street and the D&H Railroad Station. Station founded, it says, in 1891. Partners Video, it says 1872. I doubt that's correct. That's probably the building that's been there since 1872. St. Patrick's Church. Tower Marlowe. Dewey Tavern, just outside the village, across from the high school. Famous landmark in our area. 1810. Patty's Market. And Arist Laboratory, as it now looks. The village office and the Rouses Point Legion. More railroad memorabilia of the village of Rouses Point.
Who did that one of Champion?
Thurber Inn, 1818, landmark just south of Route 11 on Route 9. Stone Hall. The Saxony, built in 1890, and Pearl of Siam, built in 1967. And another, Liz Moore's residence in Cooperville. Didn't quite get in here in time to get onto the quilt, but it's an addition just to the right of the main quilt. The big brick house in Cooperville. There's the quilt we just saw, and I saw all these pictures up close. And as we look through the halls here in Rouses Point, we'll have some... Okay, go ahead now, tell me.
This is a map of Rouses Point.
Remember, I'm going to get one of you at a time. Give me your name first, right here on the right.
I'm Scott Post.
You're who?
Scott Post.
Okay.
Bob Venne. Ryan Conrad.
Okay. Now, who's going to tell me about this map? Okay. You're telling me. Use your finger and point to it.
This is the map of Rouses Point. The lake is down here.
Okay.
And the
Fire station is there.
Customs
Customs is there.
Arist is here and the school is here.
Okay.
Village office is there.
Right.
The anchorage is there.
Okay. Did you fellas make this map?
Yes.
You did? Very excellent. Okay, you've been on TV with your map. And some more behind. It says the history of Rouses Point. We're looking at the replica of Fort Montgomery built by the students here at the elementary school. We're on the north side looking south with the water here and the drawbridge and the moat over on this side as we see 4 of the students here looking at the very nice display. We'll go down and you can see the walkway that was on top. Very little of this is left standing now. Replica, Fort Montgomery, Rouses Point, New York, just north of the new bridge.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Camera's rolling, and we're looking at a display. I think you said by the 4th graders?
The 4th graders asked the retired teachers to write about their good old days in school. And many of the teachers wrote back to the children. And I happen to have this picture when the first faculties here in 1946, 47. And quite a few of them have gone now. This is one of my first classes here a long time ago.
Over here on, okay.
This is probably 47, 48. And
Anybody living in the village now that you can see there?
oh, I'm sure we'll have a few. This is Dean, he's still in town.
Okay.
And brothers, the young brothers, not young, and George Brothers Jr. And this is Hector LeBounty, who works in the Grand Union.
Mm-hmm.
You see that. And this is, he's not living in town, John Ross's son. John
Oh, yes.
Ross Jr. And this is Billy Stone, Mrs. Stone, Fred Stone, teacher in our building, his brother.
Right.
This is Sally Martin. Sally.
Oh, yes.
And
Mrs. Carl Smith.
yeah, Mrs. Carl, excuse me. And this is Mr. Furman's son, the youngest one. I can't
Right.
think of his
And
name.
what year was that, do you know?
That had to be 46, 47.
46 or 47.
In that area.
Dear old Golden Rule days there. And
And this was the first faculty.
first faculty we...
Well, one of the faculty I joined in 46. This is Clint Ingley, myself, John Chaffee, Stolberg, I can't think of his first name, and Dwayne Letard, has passed away now, Mr. Broadwell, that just passed away, and Ray Marlowe, all 3 are gone now. Ray was the shop teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by then we had a high school and elementary combination. She's Miss Christensen now, or Mrs. Christensen. She is married. She's a librarian in Moores now. And, you know, I don't remember this gentleman, but he was the French teacher. And this is Mrs. Letard, she passed away. And Julia Simmons, she was 8th grade or 7th, and she's gone now. Rita Stone.
You're supposed to look on the face.
This is Lillian Boire, and she's passed gone now. Eleanor Bell, she lives in California now at Seal Beach. And Mrs. Broadwell, Marge, she taught 5th grade at him. And Audrey Hussey.
Many years ago, good memories.
Yeah, good call. We had, you know, as I teach now in this building, we still have the same rapport we had good times together.
Yep, it's hard to believe this was complete school years ago, and now
It was
it's...
the principal's room at that time.
This was the principal's office?
Yeah, this is the nurse's room now.
We'll just take a quick look around in here then.
Rita Stone and I combined our classes to have a lot of plays together. And of course Ralph was a photographer, so we have many pictures left.
Mm-hmm. There's the pictures of some plays, years back.
Christmas play, the old lady in the shoe.
I assume those curtains here with the RPHS are gone now.
Oh yes, because we're not a...
The old RPHS sign above and the track and on the front wall around the building, 3 side, the balcony. Some more pictures of
this was Tom Thumb's wedding Rita and I put on together.
another play.
King and Queen of Hearts. These were class pictures.
Who's Gerald Blaine done?
That's Rita's brother.
Is it?
And that's
And
another class.
Another class years back. Don in the background. Again. Great pictures. Okay. Looking at some of the posters.
took a tour of Rouses Point and took pictures and drew their own pictures from those. They've been researching the stories, history of all the buildings.
The Anchorage. And the Legion. Another picture of the Legion. The Hotel Hall, famous corner. The Holland House was built and operated by Mike Holland in 1872. It burned in 1877 and was rebuilt and then burned again in 1920. Rebuilt again, and today is a restaurant and a hotel owned by Mrs. Bertha Gilson. Another picture I forgot when I came in. Famous Saxony, corner of Route 9B and 11. Milton Cronkite. And over in the hall, the Dewey Tavern. Meyer's building, the former customs house many years ago on Lake Street downtown. And above that, Partners Video, popular Partners Video. And while we're in here, we're going to scan this room. First of all, we'll see the person in charge. And now all the students are so pleased to be here.
I never heard of Starship, but this is called Rouses Point. I am Jack Ralph. I have 26 children. I am proud of that. Go meet some of them. Yes, I am Elizabeth. Jack is my husband. As you can see, I am Catherine. I'm Sarah. I'm the oldest daughter. I have husband cooking every day. Cooking for such a big family is a lot of work. My name is Helen. I like to take care of all my brothers and sisters. If I don't, they will get in all kinds of trouble. My name is Anne. My favorite toy is turning butter. We all like to eat it on John cake. It is so good. My name is Brooke. Almost every day I have to do the washing. Have you any idea how much dirty clothes in a family this size? I am the girl. I help mend all our clothes. I even make some of them. I know how to spin candy. My name is Martha. I'm named from my grandmother. I know how to make candles. It is an all-day job. We use them to light our cabin. What year is this? And why did you settle here? I live by the water. Many boats come and go. Me, I make my living on the lake, fishing, selling goods, and carrying people around. I came here in 1703. It's a good place. Would you like to see some of the things that happened here in the past? We can also show you the future. Let's step back and take a peek. We came by canoe from Canada. We have fishing For instance, look at these women over there. Ladies, do you have anything to declare? Of course not. I was just getting my hair done. And what about you? I didn't buy things to polish this house that I love. And you, my dear? I was out riding my new horse across the border by mistake. See, that doesn't happen again. And you, what did you do in Canada? I was visiting relatives. They live in Hemingford. I was eating Chinese food in the court with my grandmother. And now you, Judith, the last lady, do you have anything to declare? Who me? No, officer, certainly not. Then when did you grow a tail? Come with me. I can see that Rouses Point will always be a good place to live on the beautiful Lake Champlain. I'll be proud to introduce you to some of my townspeople. I am proud it is named for me. Thank you for showing me. Let me go into the future with you. Oh, look! Over there is the woodsman. Let's go see about his job. Hello, my name is Carly. I am a reporter from the Champlain Challenger. What is your name, sir? Hello, my name is Hector Kaufman. I own most of the woods and lumber yard in this community. Can you tell us a little about your job? Yes, my responsibility is to provide wood for shelter and for people to heat their homes. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, in fact, yes, I enjoy making furniture. In fact, I make some for people here in Rouses Point. Thank you for your information, Mr. Kaufman, and now here's a song for you. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm a reporter from the Champlain Challenger. Would you please introduce yourself? Hello, my name is Adriana Fix. What do you like best about your job? I like all the fresh air and exercise I get and providing a service for the people. Every day people depend on me to bring them their mail. How many miles do you walk a day? I walk 6 miles a day and know all the town folk. Is there anything you don't like about your job? I've worn out a lot of pairs of shoes. Thank you for all your information, Miss Fitz. Now here's a song about the mailman. Let's go over to the shoemaker's shop. Hello, Mr. Shoemaker. What is your name, sir? My name is Andy Juno. Nice to meet you, Mr. Juno. I'm Carmen, the reporter from the Champlain Challenger. Can you please tell us a little bit about your job? I mend 20 pairs of shoes a day. I work with a lot of different tools. Also, I meet many people who are passing through the community on their way to Canada. Who is your best customer? Why, the mailman, of course. I repair meals from the Spitz at least once a month. Thank you for your information, Mr. Juno. Now here's a song for you. The railroads were the lifeline of this great nation in days past. Our forefathers were contributors here in Rouses Point. Augsburg and Lake Champlain railroads were originated in the early 1800s, and Rouses Point was a terminal for this railroad. To house the locomotives and do repairs on them, a 5-stall engine house was built and a turn pit table was made so that the engines could be run into the house for inspections and repairs. This railroad carried passengers from Augsburg and stations along the line. Their tracks extended onto Depot and Dock, now known as Sportsman's Pier, on which stood a passenger station for those boarding boats, steamers to Burlington, Vermont, St. John's, Montreal, Plattsburgh, and Whitehall. In 1901, the engine house was abandoned, and the terminal moved to Albert, Vermont. And all the facilities, with the exception of the water tank. This too was taken down in 1918. People in Rouses Point were fortunate in making their livelihood due mainly to the railroads. In those early 1900s, we had here the Southern husband, we had things further like Champlain, Grand Trunk, the Canada Atlantic, Naperville Jet Railroad. This provided employment along with the Miller Vendor Company. Traffic on Lake Champlain was heavy in the early years, carrying such freight as coal, lumber, and hay. The owners of these boats stopped here for customs inspection and immigration. While here, families got sucked up with groceries and Terminal Dock, now known as Sportsman's Pier. Also, they got their bread and pastries from Joseph Monterey, the baker who owned the property then. This is my classmate, Say hi. The lords of the high iron in the first years of operation were the passenger conductors. These men were handsomely paid on the Rutland and Burlington line, receiving $54 a month for their services. Later, a more liberal law ruled that conductors would be required to read passages from scriptures to passengers that insisted on riding trains on Sundays, and a Bible was provided in each coach. The year of 1920, the Rutland Railroad had many accidents. Due to the very severe snowfall, 5 snowplows were practically destroyed. One of which derailed approaching Clinton Mills, New York. It ran into the passenger station and demolished both. One engine was tipped over. Fortunately, no one was killed. In April of 1920, engine 33 Halifax was on the bridge when a floe of ice moved down from Hamilton Bay and cut off piling, causing this engine, the 6-man cab, to be thrown into the icy water. It was miraculous that no lives were lost. In fact, no one even suffered a fall. On August 18, 1920, 2 steam cranes received the engine and the tinder from the lake bottom. When this engine was lifted up, its boulder tubes were full of earrings. Miss Holliston's father, Henry Lewis of Rouses Point, was in this engine when it went into the lake. The Augsburg and Lake Champlain Railroad was the first of all railways to have thought of transporting perishables by rail. The Malone's shop's insulated but ordinary boxcar was sawdust, placed a large quantity of ice in it, and after it was ready, the Chateauguay Creamery loaded 8 tons of butter. Then it was hauled to Boston, arriving in perfect condition. From this experiment grew the regular refrigerated cars in service today. Some of the men who worked on these cars were from Rouses Point, namely Freeman Aubrey Sr., his son Freeman Aubrey Jr., Larry Palmer, Charles Casson, and others. In January 1852, a floating bridge was installed, where Pleasant Street store now stands. And the first train that crossed the lake into Vermont was a butter train, with 8 cars of butter. How hard they were! Boy, just have to say it again. Rouses Point will always be a good place to live. I am proud it is named for me.
Welcome to our 8th oral history program. Today we're going to share some time with Mrs. Helene Miro. She's quite a remarkable lady. I say remarkable because there are not many people, they're 91 years, right?
Yes.
They can take care of themselves, live alone, take care of themselves. Of course, her son Harold...
Drive a car.
And she drives a car also. And her son Harold and Betty Miro, of course, keep an eye on things. You've come from a long line of people that have lived in their 90s, haven't you?
Yes.
I know that because you're a direct descendant of William Kutcher, the companion of Father Isaac.